just noticed that Dire... I don't mean to be alarmist, but Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Haste!
Is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower. I have no reason to lie about such things. Someone must be very pleased with themselves. Or himself. Radiant's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant's middle barracks is falling. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Bounty, which may make you up the prize. I must have them all.
To point out that Dire's middle tower has fallen.
prize is mine. Out of my way!
It would appear Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's structures are beautifully fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This one walks.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. And not in a good way. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is being subjected to extreme violence.
Oh, so beautiful.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Has that ever been cause for celebration? Oh dear, poor Roshan has fallen afoul of the dire. Radiant's top tower is under attack. And not in a good way. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
My waters rise.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. In a stunning development, Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Seems to be the day for it. Radiant's bottom tower is being subjected to extreme. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business.
Double damage.
Nothing.
Had been crazy. I'd have had to kill the cat. Can't have mass murderers running around.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. I feel like a broken record. Dire's middle tower has fallen, as anybody can see. Dire's middle tower is under attack. In a stroke of cunning, or perhaps of desperation, Dire's structures have been fortified. Dire's middle tower is under an extraordinary amount of stress.
proper skunks.
It would appear Radiant's top tower is under attack. Fascinating. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Has that ever been cause for celebration? Tower has fallen. 5 seconds remaining. Dire
Viper.
team ban.
Oh, T1.
Dude.
Whoa. Never seen that before.
I mean, come on, we saw some pretty unique yesterday. We saw witch doctors, crystal maidens, you know.
We see slight adjustments on what they're already doing, and that's cool. I like that. Like, that's what you need to make it this fun. Yes, a lot of teams have their own identity. We see that often. But the reason these two here, because they took their own identity, you can plug in 3 or 4 of the same heroes into a lineup, and you get 1 or 2 of them. That's good enough to adjust to certain.
I would like
betas.
personally my identity.
You do look good like this.
Yeah, you're looking great. You
should
just
really
told me
consider
about
it.
the message.
Why don't? All right, so my wife doesn't really watch
Dire team
the
ban.
shows or anything, and that's why I love her. Is detracted from my life, but she saw a picture of me as a cat boy yesterday, and she said, "Don't dress up like that to get an all cap
Radiant team
strong baby." And she
ban.
said, "I don't like it," and
You 13 mana boy.
have a real
You
fight when I
13
get
mana
home.
boy.
Anyway, look at that. Viper, Enchantress, PA, 1 more. Gentlemen?
One more, probably AA, maybe
10 seconds
Dragonite,
remaining.
and then I expect as a Lion plus a
5
Timber,
seconds
maybe
remaining.
Lion plus
Team
a Vodka. We're gonna see. Then Leshrac. It's a left pick. Just in general, a great. He loved to play.
10 seconds
Tower and-
remaining.
The living armor.
5 seconds
Almost
remaining.
certainly a lion.
Almost certainly a lion.
It's lion or AA. Earlier on in the tournament, during group stage, I would say AA. Doing, but they've been lion, picking lion. They've picked it 8 times in playoff run.
I'm not scared, bro.
Out of how many games?
Out of 11
I'm
games.
not scared, bro.
Goodness.
I'm cool.
Considering that it like scary, I would make love if it.
Radiant team pick.
Lion.
Wow.
There we. Lion. We're in lion.
So
right?
you know, I haven't gotten you to witness your puns. The Timber would almost certainly be coming from 1, doesn't. So that has to be taken.
10 seconds remaining.
I hope to see a.
5 seconds remaining.
I could have told you my sleep. Lion and.
Radiant team pick.
Yes.
Okay. I have all the strength heroes. Doom is best at it. Most of the strength heroes that want to navigate fights, they can't.
Dire team.
Not only do they not beat Timbersaw, but they died at Timbersaw kill them. Worst case scenario, is out of the fight for 50. But Timbersaw, I've viewed
Timber's
as
like
very
it's
good
a
against
great
Wyvern.
Timber. It's great
Yeah.
against. It's the best. In my Wyvern, you
10 seconds remaining.
brace a ton of damage coming out. Great laner,
5 seconds remaining.
tri-lane, Doom, Timber, which matchup Doom still gets the farm. Gold, I like Evoker. Available gold puck. Wyvern in the back lines. We have
Dire team ban.
we'll got a bit of a surprise by
Oh, wow.
pick. Go the ancient apparition. No heal.
But they think it's a good back we were talking about Wyvern, as you said. Not only is it one of the heroes that can kill hold embrace, you also
10
don't do
seconds
it
remaining.
with Curse or his teammates when they're
5 seconds
everything
remaining.
offensive about Wyvern is bad as well. So that says a lot.
Radiant team
Willingly
ban.
passing up on Timber. The thing about AA, good, all these beats like the and he's also good against Wyvern because you're basically alley-ooping his Ice Blast. So I'm gonna be looking for Wraith
10
King ban.
seconds remaining.
So good against Duke lives and then
5 seconds remaining. Team ban.
it has to be. Really not good against what. So I have.
I want to see
10
something
seconds remaining.
split the fight once the
5 seconds
great
remaining.
catch whenever picked. If you did a limited amount of block, they had a dragon. I'd like maybe something like or dark shoot.
That option, or you can pick like mid Death Prophet. Death Prophet raise. Don't mind getting doomed. Couple buttons. You siphon, and even if you get doomed, you're
10 seconds
thing about Death
remaining.
Prophet is it's lineup, but
5 seconds.
they don't have that right
remaining.
now. I would be more. Tried Bat. Is out a lot against these. Well, but they've lost both games.
I just like Wyvern. Left rack get doomed against Wyvern. It's it's okay. You have a ton of art putting it in a bad spot.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
it is. You guys nailed it. And I'd like to remind you that sector ban targeted.
Something that second seed
10 seconds remaining.
duos. Lion.
5 seconds
Fire.
remaining.
In my opinion, did at the
Yeah, I agree. Up until that LGD. That really
Radiant team ban.
off that. I'm feeling Puck. Both lineups, both
Yeah.
teams like this hero. Counters. Right now, it enables T1's draft really well because their off laner they offer want to work
10 seconds remaining.
great against that, but then also for you,
5
They-
seconds remaining.
love Puck.
Radiant team pick.
God. Well, there's the DK ban into the Puck.
No, he just calls it without even seeing it. Brian, calm down.
There's no way.
Ancient Apparition plus many games like great
10 seconds remaining.
flexible pick setup.
5 seconds
yeah,
remaining.
Iron. Your Apparition if we get Lion, he's dead. Damage that you... A lot of time, like they are really thinking.
They clearly weren't. Really, it's the ban Fine teams thinking a lot on because they ban instant elected like confident in the ban of D itself, but they must be considering if they don't pick Puck now, will EG take it third? I'm pretty sure both. It's a hot commodity.
Dire team pick.
They go for clock.
It's a good clock. Defensive mech.
Radiant team pick.
Puck.
It's just that good of a.
I didn't like it because EG.
They have no
Dire team pick.
setup for Puck, but have
They're trying
Okay.
to set up. Clock is like a. Okay, so it's the lane thing. I think PL is
Dire team ban.
very good. Okay, Naga's the other option. Or
It's the same thing. Just,
RTZ option.
they don't have enough AoE damage. That was. That cover.
They are
10
100.
seconds remaining.
All 4.
5 seconds remaining.
Other than Blast and Rocket Flare. You know,
And the
That's it.
reflection.
the reflection
That's
hits
it.
one target. No, I'm saying it doesn't
They
hit.
each
It doesn't
have
hit
one
the-
spell, but that's okay.
But they're like pretty minimal. It's like when Naga
Yeah,
gets
it's
to
not- it's-
2,500 HP, how do you ever clear the illusion?
Radiant
I'm
team
heavily leaning.
ban.
Naga's not exactly a broken hero. Sometimes that can just played Naga out of meta hero, counter it, and a Naga.
Dire team ban.
Everybody's saying right now the Aeon disc.
Yes.
Frog. They're saying
Shoot, I would. Something that not say has been. Fuck.
10 seconds remaining.
Back again. A lot of
5 seconds remaining.
too good of an fight. You have it right.
Should have an assist.
I
That'd
have
be a good.
All right. Query: nerf the puck. You can only choose one.
I would want you. Half the reason.
Radiant team ban.
When it procs, strong dispel. Boom, face
Face.
See, you people don't think. You don't think. All you want to do is get rid of things.
I don't want to delete it. I wanted just like 1,000 extra.
Necro book in the last patch.
That
I
was a
said
good
get
one.
rid of
Yeah.
Necro book.
Remaining.
Aeon
That's
disc and
what
that
I
one.
see range
5
times
seconds
because
remaining.
they're not a
Aeon disc.
Why
We're back,
why are you
baby.
bringing this to people's attention?
I am bringing this to people's attention because I know that they're. Right.
Ah, yes.
The Aeon disc will be deleted, and our time will find. I cannot wait. At any rate, Centaur, as you guys said, a great Distant Doom is without an
Radiant team pick.
a sand.
I was
ban.
thinking about our
Why?
green room, like, why is he like? I was Spirit Vessel, Smoker, and down. Thought of
10 seconds remaining.
Pick?
5
Yeah, there's been
seconds
saying
remaining.
the last few days.
Oh.
Carl even won. Yeah, with mid. With
Oh, that's right.
It was
that's
super.
right.
Have a lot of win rate, but
Yeah, no.
500 get
Choose your hero, my good friend.
mid Doom. Offlane Dark. Now the Dark Wyvern team. This Darkseer, their last pick had. I'd say Darkseer is one of the best illusion here. Not only are you illusion because the iron enables automatically. I don't. Oh, it is enough.
the puck.
I
No,
agree.
Not a single. Except two. Ravage available. This previous puck game.
Aggressive puck, maybe a Dagon. I'm not gonna say too, but a little bit of burst on that terror. There is not a lot of people that can help him. Oof.
There's not a more impressive team in regards to making. I doubted their Terrorblade and just had all the time in the world. I think they're capable of doing this. That are hard to kill on a team that loves this map.
Well, after that beautiful map, we are, ladies and gentlemen, game one of your semifinals. Pass it over.
I gambled, you lost.
Hello, Suns fan here. Cinder. Hello. How are you doing in this loveliest of days?
We had to walk to stage. He's really exhausted.
The lower bracket finals, best of 3. EG, the Kings of NA, T Beasts of SCA. This is going to be a really cool matchup to see who ends up facing the strongest team in the tournament so far, PSG.LGD. And we have some interesting picks, Cinderman.
Yep.
We got Cuckoo on the Darkseer.
Thanks, guys.
We have,
Thanks a lot.
well, I guess that's the most interesting one on their team. But on the other side, Arteezy with the Naga, which we haven't seen a lot of.
Yep.
And from the games that I've seen in NA, it was not impressive. But this was, I guess, a few weeks ago at this point. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm not the most sold on Nagas right now in the meta, but I do think that EG have a lot of good reasons to pick it here. They have an expert on the hero. They have a really good cast around it. Lots of team fight, I think, is what Naga really thrives with. And the enemy team, one of their core, or two of their core heroes, are not the best since Naga, mainly talking about Doom and Terrorblade here. So it's cool to see. It's the first game of the best of 3 that both teams are bringing something fresh. It's not just the exact same picks we've seen all the time, but obviously a lot of them are. I don't know how much Team 1 have been playing this Clockwork on Zephyr.
The battle begins.
We'll see how it works out in this game. I think the Naga matchup is pretty bad for Clockwork as well, but it can work with Darkseer because of the Iron Shell in lane. And kind of when you look at the macro plan for both teams, it's pretty similar. Both Naga and Terrorblade will be pushing side lanes with illusions. Both teams have the team fight and want to group up and make it happen. So I think this game will be, a lot will be determined in the first couple of team fights and not as much in the lanes maybe as usual for EG. Because this time around, they haven't actually picked the strongest lanes. That's something EG have been doing a lot in this tournament, is have these incredible lanes, but Naga not really a very strong laner. EG even trying to, or choosing to start aggro tri-lane, which is pretty unusual as well. They have done that a little bit, but most of their games, it has been that crit plus ice off lane, and now they're aggro tri-laning and putting their Tide solo safe against Darkseer Clock.
I mean, this is a blast from the past. Naga Siren and aggro tri-lane.
Yeah.
Not something we get to see all too often. But yeah, should be interested to see how both teams fare in the laning stage. I mean, I haven't gotten to see a ton of Darkseer. I feel like the hero is strong. We've seen it, sparingly, Will. What do you think about Cuckoo's hero this game around? It's a good pick.
Yes, so most of the time when Darkseer doesn't look good, it's because he gets shut down hard in lane, and that's just not going to happen this game. He's got a 1v1 against Tide, or well, 2 Will, with the help of Zephyr here to start, just pulling the wave. Probably going to see Clockwork maybe take level 2 and then go bottom. At 23, Savage is really getting in there against Crit.
Yeah, Crit takes some heavy damage on Arteezy with the illusions, trying to play a little bit more aggressively. And again, this is a 3-2 for now.
Yeah, and Terrorblade has... He got the first full wave, and then since then he hasn't got a single CS. Obviously, EG putting a lot of emphasis on repositioning the lane as far back as possible so the two supports can act as zoning tools. As Whiteman is going to walk out here and block a camp he has already blocked, but he's doing it for show. So that EG don't realize the sentry is placed here necessarily. And Fly will place a second one, which will be found later, I would imagine, from Whiteman.
Yeah, absolutely. Some mind games being played, like you talked about.
I guess we have to mention Abed as well, right? This has probably been the standout player-hero combination for the tournament, to be honest.
For the past 2 tournaments.
At least if you look beyond PSG.LGD, right? But they've also had a very short path to that grand final. But of the teams that we've seen play a lot of extra games,
wait, what?
Abed's puck has been...
You mean to the playoff?
The playoffs, yeah.
Oh,
in the playoffs, they've been... I mean, they did get 2-1s, I think, right? And then 1-2-0, was it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, Abed has been just god tier. He's been on another level. And it's funny because in NADPC, he was really good, obviously, but, you know, we're talking about a different skill level with a lot of the teams. But in both majors specifically, it feels like he's hitting like this peak of mechanical skill that we're seeing in these big tournaments. And I don't know if there's any, I don't know what the storyline is exactly, but obviously Abed is originally an SK player, playing against an SK team now, as we see 23 Savage taking some damage, but he'll be more than fine, as these illusions are just going to be more of an annoyance than anything.
Pretty tanky against the Naga illusions in lane, obviously, with that armor, so the base damage of the illusions is not as significant as against other carries, but he's still getting shut down very nicely here by EG, and it seems like a very clear, targeted plan here from them. Remaining in that tri lane for this long, something that they have not done very much. And even though they're not finding kills, they should have a that they're definitely slowing down Terrorblade's farm. However, with dual laning against a tri-lane and neither team is pulling, Terrorblade should be out-leveling them, and he can just choose to go jungle on level 4. And then it's a matter of, did you accomplish enough, Abed?
Yeah, that's a lot of damage to the loser bar. Rune, will be water rune taking by Abed again, and now Carl.
Carl, that is not what happened. You gambled and you lost.
Yes,
not Abed.
That is true. First blood goes the way of Whitemon in bot lane.
They just first blooded in their 2v3. Obviously, Crit wasn't there. He was securing the bottom water. And Fly must have just been caught out. That's a kill I would not have looked for.
Yeah, and Ice dies in the top lane as
this
well.
One is more likely. That's a 2v1.
2v1, like, yeah.
And Darkseer Clock, definitely a lane that can pressure Tide. Tide usually very good against these heroes that are right-click based because of Kraken shit. But the amount of damage over time, with Magic especially, it's very strong against
nice blocks here. See if that actually connects. Yeah. Oh. Savage. 23 Savage is just going to take a lot of right clicks. Is forced to just try to take out Crit in the meantime. Looks like they might trade. Will finally be the case, but of course, 3 Savage was the first to die. Now Arteezy surrounding Whitemon with those illusions.
He's gone.
So he should be good to go. Meanwhile, first quarter of the game, and there we go. Abed just barely had the advantage in terms of XP, and as a result gets the solo kill on Carl, which is somebody we have yet to talk about. This bottle will be refilled now. But Doom mid, as we're seeing some replays here. That was the first kill on to Fly. And then the kill onto Ice. So wow, that was actually a solo from Zephyr.
When you get isolated as Tide against a hero with Iron Shell, I think honestly Clockwork might be the single best support in the game at killing Tide in these situations. When you have Iron Shell, he can kill him 100-0 if he gets isolated out in the open with no creep wave. And there's the start of the first kill. So Fly going out to the side there, probably trying to get some information about the side camps.
Yeah, vacuum into the cogs. It's like Ice can take a lot of damage, but beautiful impale from Crit onto 2. They're gonna find 1 kill, possibly a second. Cuckoo gets that salve off in the tree, attempting to TP out. Abed will not find them.
Abed's been really good at finding people in the trees, but didn't have the orb ready, of course, did use it already, so can't get that kill. Team will force rotation. Terrorblade should be relatively safe now to play as he wants bottom. It seems to be a jungle path coming up for 23 Savage.
Let's talk about Carl for a moment here. He's had a very good tournament, obviously, as have, I mean, pretty much every member of T1. Thoughts on Doom mid? Because a lot of these games, in the off lane, they get really farmed. It's kind of a different place. I mean, I guess you're kind of playing the same thing, but is a Doom mid where... Do you like that this game? Is that give them more options, less options, a little bit more flexible?
I think it really depends what item build he goes, how much I like it. I think his primary job in this game should be to counter Puck. And with a mid Doom, you get more level and on average more gold than offlane Doom. So maybe you could see him transition into some faster items that you wouldn't usually maybe consider, like Shadow Blade against the Puck, so you can get the Doom out. Or, you know, you could just go for the standard Hood Dagger, BKB, Refresher, Shiva, or whatever. We're going to see what he chooses to go for. He probably goes like just standard. Hood is amazing against Dagger, and he is working on that currently. Almost has it.
Yep, see, he's kept alive here. Ice, trying to prevent Cuckoo from pulling that wave any further. A lot of damage being done to this tier 1 tower. Of course, Ice is level 6 with that Ravage available. They'll finally have to concede this siege, but damage has been done for the most part.
Yeah, they got a lot done.
Fly getting some nice XP mid in the meantime. I mean, it's only 7.5 minutes, and I mean, level 4, not too shabby.
Yeah. Abed did give him that space and started rotating top, but it looked like each just conceded the move. They maybe had bigger plans there to consider diving that tower. They managed to place some really good vision in that top area. Each definitely look like they have big plans to take over the enemy triangle against Terrorblade, which makes a lot of sense. But that time around, it was not it with the siege creep, so probably going to do it at minute 10. All right, Arteezy getting 2 courier kills.
Yeah, 8-minute rune, coil onto 2. And it looks like, again, we're going to get the kill here. in all likelihood is Carl. Okay, he gets off the hood, and meanwhile the Doom goes off onto Abed instead into the stump as well. Beautiful turnaround from T1.
That was such an outplay.
Very nice play.
Very, very good. Awesome cogs coming out from Zephyr, and then Carl baiting the hood and turning around, getting the Doom off on Abed. He was not expecting that.
I was not expecting that. He was super low on HP, but blocking a lot of that magic damage, of course. All right, well,
looks like
with that gives Carl the lead in the mid.
Yep, he is of course also playing with Devour 4, so will be overtaking more than likely every hero in the game. Mid Doom with Max Devour will usually be top net worth, and then it's a matter of whether the items you play with it can compensate for the hero's weaknesses. Want to point out, we're seeing a double hood build on T1. Both the Darkseer and the Doom getting it as their first primary item. Be a hint that T1 really want to play fast and look to fight, because obviously it doesn't offer much in the way of like pushing and farming. It is predominantly a fighting item. Maybe that's their read on this whole versus Terrorblade matchup.
We're see the ensnare into the cold feet combo, but Whitemon does get off his Arctic Burn and able to get to the low ground, but getting chased now with that gush from Ice, the patented taunt coming through. Cold Embrace, but Illusory Orb is coming, and they'll finally clean them up. Makes it a little bit longer for Whitemon, creating just a tad more space. I mean, are we going to see anything in terms of itemization from TZ that would be out of the ordinary? I mean, Yasha, I mean, is Diffusal even a thing on this hero anymore?
I think Mantis Gotti looks pretty good in this game. You want to be able to run and be sustainable enough that you can take these fights. Like, you recognize what you're playing against here, right? It's double ion shells, it's the vacuum wall, to Scorched Earth. You probably need to be pretty tanky. Oh, this is a really bad matchup for Naga, by the way. Can't cast spells. Fly's gonna walk into try to offer a mirror image.
Finally, the song comes out and Fly out of the range of battery assault, and Arteezy just TPs out. The tower was literally one hit away. They didn't go for that.
He could deny it. Oh.
It didn't have vision on the bottom area of the map, obviously, under that tower.
That might seem like it wasn't that good for Zephyr because he didn't kill anyone, but he forced Song, TP out from Naga, and got AA low and forced him away too, right? So, like, considering you were one support accomplishing all of these things and then denying the tower, that was a really high impact play from him.
Yeah, very solid, good against Naga and Tide, actually. Yeah. So. Pretty nice matchup overall. It's 23 Savage gonna get a blasted here with crit from the sideline, but the Illusory Orb might come first, and that is enough to shatter him. Abed, very nice kill, and he didn't even take any of the Ancients, I don't believe. And now they know that there's a stack here.
Yeah. You have to protect this area with a lot of, you need to put focus here as T1. They're trying to find a ward that doesn't exist, by the way, just based on the way that they moved in.
Right.
He had a feeling that there is an Observer, but the Observer is in the lane. Nothing in the triangle here. And yeah, this is going to be the name of the game. EG will want to kill this Terrorblade as many times as they can while he's farming the triangle to try to make sizable gap for the Naga Siren, which is already the case. Arteezy is 1,500 net worth ahead, as a matter of fact. The only reason this game looks even on gold is the Devour that is keeping Doom ahead of the puck. And Darkseer has a 500 lead on the Tide.
Yeah,
the supports are neck net, almost no difference.
Yeah, so Carl, obviously, we talked about the hood. We'll be going for BKB next. I mean, right now,
very interesting build-up.
Were you expecting a Blink Dagger? Their initiation right now is obviously Hookshot.
Yeah.
Darkseer doesn't have anything in terms of initiation quite yet.
I think Blink would be really good this game so that he can combine with Clock. Like, if Clockwork sees a really good hookshot on the puck, you have no guaranteed way of connecting the Doom unless you have Dagger. Clock himself, if there's counterplay from a Ravage or a Hex from Lion, you can maybe Clock back as well for a little bit of extra stun. But for Doom to connect on that actually takes quite a while. And I would like to see a Dagger for that. But he is prioritizing flat out BKB. They just want to run at them, I think. That's the mentality they're building their items for. Setting up for Terrorblade to have one item, and then maybe you just go with that.
Zephyr looks for the initiation, does connect onto Fly. Looks like that will be the sacrifice for EG, but Finger of Death ends up getting the trade. Now we have a curse on the Fly himself, as Abed is beating the crap out of him right now, but looks like he's going to turn around before a kill can come out onto Crit. So 2 supports for T1. Like a tumble here.
Crit had a lot of Magic Wand charges there, keeping him alive.
He's already halfway to his blinks. Not too shabby of a start for him.
Arteezy is very rich, actually.
Well, he's did win a lot of tournaments in his lifetime, so
yeah,
makes sense.
He's 2K ahead of the Terrorblade. All of that tournament experience. I mean,
I guess so. Whoa, look at this, 3 belts of what is that called? Elven skin?
Band of Elven
skin.
Skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you,
Why
ever
3
build,
bands?
do you ever build treads with that,
So
by
I
the
guess
way?
this is Yasha plus Dragonlance, right?
Yeah.
But he's not queuing up the Dragonlance currently.
It's the full S and Y, it looks like, as well. At least for now. We'll see what he ends up doing. But Carl still, he was top of the net worth, but being eclipsed now, as we're going to see, he's actually going to pop ult from Abed. Will this actually be enough to shatter him? Absolutely, with the AAL coming out. But here, counter initiation, but again, counter initiation from Ice with Ravage. And the A in turn. This is a great trade for EG if they continue on. Crit. All right, we'll get a song now from Arteezy, repositioning. Looking to get this kill. The Clockwork. This is going to be a nice anchor smash.
I was right.
Earth Spike as well. Double kill for Arteezy. Now 23 Savage on the run. Cuckoo trying to mitigate a little bit of that damage for his friend, but he's going to drop as well. 4-1, the very least for T1. 23 Savage does survive.
And that was without having... Wait. But EG did use absolutely everything, actually. I think maybe they didn't have Finger. That would be it. Yeah, they used every other ult. Nice blast again.
Yeah, Carl being rift into the illusory orb. He might shatter here again.
Damage.
My goodness, EG off to a very good start, and this looks like a tier 1 tower now in their name.
If you roll back and think about the draft, I think it caught T1 off guard that EG were willing to open with AA Lion in that first phase. And really, that AA pick massive dividends in killing off the Doom, in negating AA's Cold Embrace. We're seeing a replay of the fight here. So good counter initiation from Zephyr, but there's just too much in the tank for EG. And with Arteezy coming in with that song, that's what really sets up this fight. Because at this point, it looked like it was maybe going to be 2-for-1.
Right.
But the Song of the Siren, very well placed. T1, they make the call here to try to fight, which I think is just a overall decision.
You can see Fly very passionate there.
They could have got both Darkseer and Terrorblade out of there by running northwest, but Darkseer was thinking about fighting and ended up being collateral damage. So EG did a great spot here. 2K hold up against a mid-Doom. So under normal circumstances, this is probably 3 to 4K.
Yeah, there's a hook shot from Zephyr. Looks like Fly dead again. Gets the Ice Blast, but not much else will occur here. There's a very low cooldown on that ult. Ice. It looks like we had the hood on Cuckoo. Can we click on Ice? I want to see what the counter. Yeah, so he has basically the same items, but we'll be going for the Blink Dagger.
Foot Dagger is great.
Not too far. I mean, they're going to have double Blink not far away from both him and Crit. And that's going to set up a lot for this potential team fight of EG.
It gives EG a lot of potential ways of executing fights, right? Like you look at the T1 lineup, and I think their initiation is a lot more dependent on one specific spell, and that that's a lot of damage from our Arteezy.
Ice is the one taking the blunt damage. Now he gets off his Ravage, the Ice Blast again off cooldown. Not going to be enough to get a kill, at least not yet. With the coil coming out, that's a 1-for-1, but you lose Ice. And I think T1 definitely takes this trade any day of the week.
They do for sure. 1-for-1, Corpus Support, and Ravage used. Not bad. And Coil, which is a little bit more of a, you know, it's a lower cooldown. It's not as important to force out as the Ravage, but it does mean they have a small moment of opportunity here, or at least that they have a breather for their blade to keep farming. Obviously, still Arteezy with a big lead over him, but the top tier 1 tower under attack will be claimed by 23 Savage.
Yeah, now he's starting to get some of these items that make him a tanky boy. We saw Doom now has the BKB, so
I wonder if this Son Yasha is worth it here.
He's just emphasizing to his team that they need blinks badly right now.
Good
Zephyr has been getting some good hooks, and we see this again. Crit. Looks like AA Blast will come in, but I don't think you want to follow this up with anything. I mean, Zephyr is their only initiation right now. And I mean, he's been doing a good job. Can't really fault him at all. I don't think it's a hook shot yet. And we've only seen one Doom from Carl, I think, this entire game, right?
Yeah, it was a high impact one onto the puck, of course, but yeah. Largely has been on the receiving end of just being blown up by Ice Blast combos with Coil or with Lion. But definitely seeing from T1 here what logic was behind the Clockwork pick. Finding a lot of good openings on Lion and AA. And is this 3 hoods on the Radiant? 3 hoods, right? Doom, Darkseer, and Clock all rocking the Hood of Defiance. The one on Cuckoo even upgraded into pipes. It means all 3 of them have like an extra one, kind of. Well, except Darkseer himself. There's a lot of magic block coming out, and I do think from T1 is you're probably waiting on Terrorblade's next item, and then I think you want to try to find a fight where you just overpower. Like, see if you have enough blocking to fight them head on. It is a serious amount of mitigation coming out here. If you pipe both of your other carriers and they go in, the amount of damage block that they have against all of EG's lineup is pretty massive. Oh, White One's going to get found here.
There's the double blink being shown. Hail onto 2, A blast to fall. Wyvern's already dead to that though. Again, though, it will be a trade as Crit is quite squishy indeed. Weren't expecting maybe that many members of T1 there, so there's a trade of supports. Wall was expended here. That's a relatively long cooldown.
Carl's going Kaya Sange.
Really? Wow. Okay, that's a first. Huh.
Where the dagger at?
Oh,
There
he's
it
changed
is.
it. Thank you for listening, Carl. Yeah, very close to finishing that bad boy, and I mean, we'll see where the team comes from there.
Do you think we could get an anti-caster meta where all players just items they really don't want into quick buy?
I mean, that's what happened to the end of game when players destroy their items to screw over the statisticians, right?
That's true.
Just buy a bunch of death. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's like Abed will be going Lincolns into Deso, which is pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, but they have a ton of burst damage, but most of it is magical. So these 2 hoods and pipe. I mean, I guess in the next team fight we'll really see the power of it.
And the scary physical component of Naga is it still takes a while. Naga is a hero that needs a lot of items before it really starts kicking in, and that's why it's not a very popular hero at the moment, because the games on, like, usually the game progression is too fast for Naga to be able to farm up enough. But if you do get
instant crit, jumping with the Hex, A blast into the finger of death. He is the one here that doesn't have a pipe or a hood, so
very visible.
That does make sense.
Take a bit blunder here from
we have a vacuum. Yeah, Winter's Curse. Perhaps this will save Cuckoo as Carl's gonna pop his KB. The Doom finally comes out. Ice is Ravage as well. Doom was applied to Mr. Abed, who will
nice
drop.
Deny.
Yeah, you're right. Deny from Arteezy. Beautiful. That was through a BKB. Carl beating onto him as well as Arteezy getting a little bit low, but he has the ensnare, diffuse the blade to fall, and this is actually doing so much damage, but the cold embrace is going to save him now. Nice hook shot from Zephyr, and they have netting that kill on Arteezy, so it's a 2-for-1 after an amazing start for EG. They've lost their position 1 and 2. Now Carl getting surged up, has the Iron Shell with very little mana to work with. Michael will fall as a result of this, and now Cuckoo and company able to clean up basically everybody from EG. Ice, the lone remaining member of EG. This is after losing their Terrorblader at the beginning of the fight.
Yeah, they did a really good job. The Vacuum into Curse and then Doom the Puck. I thought it was going to end up not being that good because of the deny from Arteezy, but the hookshot fall off from Zephyr being able to isolate right made it very, very clean for them. And now that 23 Savage is back, yeah, I mean, he died, but that also means he has all of his stuff right now. Abed will defend.
I don't know if they can get this. I mean, the death timers were pretty low. I mean, it's only 21 minutes in the game.
All right, let me give you a question. So
you're going to give me a question?
Yes, let me ask you a question. Okay,
you can give it to me too if you want.
You can have it as well. This is a replay, Shannon. Don't cast it. So
thank you.
Imagine in real life that a hero from Dota runs at you with Surge.
Okay.
Which one is scariest? Doom has to be top 3.
You're putting me really on a spot here. I mean, Pudge is disgusting.
It's actually
Carl
Doom, so
gonna get initiate on. Again, the AA blast. They have so much burst damage, and even with the tanky, can't get this BKB at all.
Monster kill on Abed because he got denied.
That's true.
So his killing streak is still going.
That is true.
Which can be both a good and a bad thing, depending on who would have got kill bound.
I mean, Doom is literally Satan, right? So it does make sense that he would be more scary.
So he was a Satan fish.
That's true. Okay. Well, I'll have to ponder that for a little bit here.
You've got time. Gonna kill Roche. EG with that pick off on Doom will be definitely getting this ended.
The link into the Hex, and we've seen this combo before. You lose your bar back into the pit, min-maxing for Abed. That is min-maxing at its best. He's actually going to TBS, so TZ will take this. Aegis, no hook shot available, so won't be any, not even in the vicinity actually, just for vision there. But Arteezy, Aegis 5.
He should take this Aegis actually.
Because of the killing spree?
Not really so much that, but just like if you think about the way T1 takes fights and how anti-puck-centric it is, maybe for EG you could take more map control by having the Aegis on the puck. Okay, we're just gonna flat out run in and do my ice, and he's dead.
Infernal there, he's just trying to run back into them so that Well, just for fun.
Carl gets that kill. All right, Cuckoo. Surprisingly on Darkseer, choosing to buy up the Mithril Hammer and not have buyback without having the BKB recipe. Pretty unlikely to be relevant that you have this hammer on Darkseer. Could become very relevant that you don't have buyback, depending on what EG have planned for the next few minutes. So I have to say, disagree with that choice. I don't know if there was any benefit in terms of unreliable gold there, like if he almost only had unreliable or whatever. But yeah, I think maybe holding on to gold.
Oh,
the hookshot misses.
Oh boy, that's a for Zephyr here.
So tanky. Look at those items. Put Vanguard over.
Vanguard, wow. Yeah.
Very good item against Naga, of course. Buys him time in the fights when he keeps getting hit by the illusions. Cuckoo.
He's going to get instant Hex after blinking in aggressively. A blast to follow again. Finger of Death, not enough damage. He pops the BKB. And Carl will survive as a result, but they can't really do anything with that. And again, Ice Blast, I mean, Finger of Death is a decently long cooldown at this level, but you haven't really expended that much for EG, but still have 3 minutes left on this Aegis. And I think they actually just take that trade for the BKB charge, honestly.
Yeah, it's okay. As long as you don't use anything really crucial. They didn't Ravage the song. Their spells will be up again pretty soon.
Zephyr is going to run right. The Ice gets off the hook shot, wants to back aggro. Gets Earth Spike now as EG. They're wondering if there's anybody else nearby, and not really. Is the rest of them just leaving Zephyr to die, at least for now. But actually, they're going to catch out Cuckoo in the meantime with that Ravage in the wall. Whitemon gets Gush on the high ground, and Abed, they're just picking these guys off all over the place right now. I don't think T1 were on the same page there in that aggro play from the clock.
They might have been, but just been counterplayed, right? Like, I don't necessarily think conceptually that's a bad hook shot, but they got cut off. They couldn't follow through because of the wall that EG basically placed down there with both Tide and Puck just zoning off from connecting. A very heads play from them to very quickly prevent T1 from following through there. And this should, I mean, I feel like this game is in this interesting state right now where, you know, EG are sitting on a 1k gold lead. You could be like, that doesn't matter. One team has Doom, so obviously there's that Devour factor as always, but this feels like anyone's game all the time. Even with a 5 to 10k lead for either team, I really think just initiation matters so much. This Ice Blast is gonna clip.
Yeah, it will. Abed with that Deso being shown. Now Carl pops the BKB and is fine as well, but that's yet another BKB charge.
Yeah. Not sitting on the Axe coil yet. Doesn't even have coil ready.
Do you think he's going to be going for the Axe?
I mean,
last time
that's a good point.
Last time we didn't get it. Yeah, last time it was like, what, a 50-minute game? He ended up from Roche. He didn't even try buying it at any point.
I wonder if teams this late into the tournament are genuinely planning around third Roche as part of their itemization when they're 20 minutes in. They're like, our experience with the games and how they're going, and it's Saga versus Terrorblade, maybe you don't want to buy an X because you feel like you could get it for free later. It is a big investment.
It is an old school matchup we haven't really seen too much of, that's for sure. Butterfly now on RTZ.
I reckon he's going to go Scotty or Heart next. Heart being a very good item against Doom, but I do think that Scotty has a lot of value overall against multiple of T1's heroes. Just the ability to get that first swing off. You do have the Diffusal, of course, but BKBs are on the way. Oh, they're going to jump again.
EG are initiating so nicely. Always on the same page this game.
The wards are super good so far.
Yeah, we saw Fly go in there not too long ago. It was nice there. Be able to not get latched to the ensnare, but yeah, we can see these aggro wards that are just giving so much vision for EG right now. But of course, going high ground is going to be really difficult. I mean, you have a Winter's Curse, and you talked about, I mean, even with the discrepancy in gold that we're talking about, like Doom is a little bit deceiving in terms of the gold lead, you can still lead a hero in the right situation with that ability. So T1 definitely not even remotely out of this right now.
And there's a lot of good stuff from T1 on defense with their heroes work. You have Vacuum.
We're going to have a defense here, knowing that this Aegis is about to be expended.
Good orb. Oh, he jumped it.
Jumps in. He's not scared. Right, Carl showing off at BKB and Shiva's. There's the song. Question is, can they deny Abed again? That is a negatory. 9 kill streak given to Carl himself.
I can't believe John did that. he saw that it was a Doom. He jaunted in against the Doom with BKB Shiva, and he just pops his items and dooms him. And it's like, yeah, you can Song of the Siren, but he has a 6-second BKB. It's going to remain there for the rest of the game. That's plenty of time to get Abed in kill range. And that's a huge kill. That was like a 1k gold bounty, I think he got out of that.
Yeah,
so
that was quite large.
A really big kill.
I mean, you can see the net worth discrepancies now in terms of the heroes. We have 23 Savage getting back to second place now, which is kind of where he wants to be. I mean, would you expect, like in a regular game, like forget about Doom for a second, Naga farming, Naga should be farming faster at this stage, right? Usually just a little bit.
I don't know. I think it's pretty even.
Crazy.
Like if you look at the big picture in this game, Arteezy was 2,500 gold ahead 10 minutes ago, and now he's only 1,500 ahead. So I don't know if that's a symptom of other heroes taking specific farm on the map, or if he has been just outplayed by 23 Savage in terms of overall efficiency. My gut says that Terrorblade does farm faster in general, actually, but I'm not much of a hero player. So I feel like...
Well, look at it this way. At this stage of the game, who are you favoring right now? Because I've seen these games against, you know, with EG playing the Naga, it doesn't really end well in a portion of them. Like this hero, I'm not a big believer. I feel like T1, if I had to give the advantage right now, despite being down in buildings, I'd still give them a good shot here.
All right,
I started with the initiation, 8 blasts to follow into the finger of death. Okay, caster curse is real. Carl drops dead next to his tier 3 towers, and now the song to try to save Ice Ice Ice. Looks like it'll be a successful one. They're gonna get this tier 2 tower, and EG will get it. Fine.
I do see where you're coming from. Like in general, it does feel like Terrorblade is a stronger hero than Naga for the most part. So if you keep in mind that most of the rest of the game is relatively even, I do see it. That's honestly the primary reason, though, that I would like the Radiant lineup more. It's just that I'm more biased towards Terrorblade and Naga as a game-winning hero.
Yeah. Just
based on experience and watching other games. But in the right hands and with right coordination, Naga can win this game for sure. Always going to be that wild card of Doom. That's the other thing. Like, let's say we go late game. So EG had some great solutions yesterday against the Doom of Vici Gaming, where they went like full Lincolns. But the difference in that game was that they were controlling the whole map for like 20 minutes. They just mega out-farmed. And it doesn't seem like they can get the same iron grip on the map in this game, because you're playing against constant ion shells, constant split push, Terrorblade solutions, rocket, flare, Wyvern just going to a lane and popping a splinter. There's plenty of ways for T1 to actually re-access the map. And man, I just gotta highlight EG's warding. Look how beautiful vision they have in this top area of them. Some really, really good wards constantly placed out here, which has enabled them to find these like 10 Blink Hex pickoffs that put them in the position that they're in.
And Roche is now up, so second Roche of the game. We did see a smoke from T1 in EG's jungle, but they're not going to be able to find anything. Shard now online for Fly, by the way. It's highlighting that for a good portion of the game. This gives the Ice Vortex some damage over time so that you can push waves.
Reduces attack speed by 20. Somewhat irrelevant, I would say. It's okay against the wall, I guess, primarily. Both the Doom and the Terrorblade. I guess against Terrorblade illusions, everything matters, right? Yeah, you should always be able to place them under the artillery in the back. All right, this is a key moment.
Yep, Carl with the Iron Shell applied right now.
Successful smoke here will give them Roshan. There's a positive scan from the Dire, which is neutral.
Carl jumps in, but there's the song to counteract this immediately. Crit getting really low. The reflection, but there's a shot from Zephyr. Can he finish it off, though? The Hex into the A blast coming in just for the clockwork glow this time. They've expended quite just to take out that support, and then the Doom applied to Ice Ice Ice. It was not ravaged yet. It's a 1-for-1 to start things out. Under 3, looks like EG wants to disengage completely. Buyback onto Fly face. Arteezy getting pretty low, but there's all damage with the and ult onto 23 Savage. Can he turn this around? Arteezy, he's trying to run away. Of course, Song is down, but the right clicks from Abed doing so much damage. Our Sunder's already been used. Kill for Abed. Arteezy will actually live, and they get 3 kills off the buyback of Fly somehow.
Imagine
another no position 1, 2, 3 died from EG.
They Ravage off, but they still have Ravage. Lion hit an insane Earth Spike from the high ground. 3-man Earth Spike from Crit. He managed to...
Really good at the game, some say.
he escaped with like 20% health and ends up playing Ice as his hero while he's doomed. You're going to see it in a second here. So the kill fly, look below here. Crit, lining up next to the centaurs. Apparently the big centaur got vacuumed into trouble. That's
always
that stun. That is the fight-winning stun. Without this one, Arteezy dies here.
100%.
Beautifully done by Crit.
Yeah.
Finding that angle and patience too.
And the reflection with the manta dispelling it, that's as close as it gets here.
It's kind of a game of chance whenever this butterfly illusions are there, right? Like you're gonna dodge your own attacks or not.
That's true. Alright, EG find yet another kill in the back here. T1 still have their Terror Blade, and Ice Blast is up again, so that's gonna be an easy one. And like we said, Roche is up. I thought they were going for it, but they ended up looking for some kills here instead. Yeah, they've basically taken it down to half HP with the ward.
It's going to be very telling for T1's approach to the game now, whether they buy back or not for this Roche. Because they could buy back now and rush up there with smoke and get there in time. It's a very high commitment play. It looks like their judgment is Roche is not to win EG the game straight up. We think we can defend against Aegis Cheese. And the Shard, which is going to
Naga Siren. So 20% slow increase the base armor reduction by 4 for Riptide. Okay.
How much minus armor?
8. Yeah, that's quite a bit.
That is.
And he has an Orb of Destruction
twice
as well.
as much as 4.
Wow, thank you. Yeah. Didn't think I'd be learning math today from Professor Cinderman.
My goal is to teach you something every cast, and it's very easy. I just need to say something.
4 times 2 is you teaching me something. Okay, well that shows a lot what you think of my intelligence.
2 times 4, so, but...
Okay, yeah, it's very different indeed. 6K worth lead now for EG, and they're going to get the tier 2 for free. So that is all the outer towers now in their favor. Of course, I don't know. I'm not counting out T1 yet.
That was a really big moment, though.
It was. I mean, that even net worth-wise. Now it's obviously ballooned in EG's favor.
That talent, by the way, level 20 talent on Terrorblade. I didn't realize he has that. That's crazy good.
Which one?
8-second duration.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
What an insane talent, actually, on that hero.
Arteezy is doing a lot of damage. Of course, like I said, Orb Destruction is there, so minus armor on the towers.
That's a nice push.
Absolutely.
Okay.
For a has to hook shot. Oh, might get turned around now. Ice Blast is there. Can they actually finish up Cuckoo? And they get just the Winter Skirt for now. The BKB's already popped. For the Doom potential. So remember, Aegis still on Arteezy. He pops the song now, but with the coil, maybe a little bit miscommunication here as EG looks to disengage.
Yeah. I think getting out of there is fine. You forced Wall, you forced Sunder. There's a lot of things happening there. Wait, did it just say armor followed by 12? So is it 12 or 8? So is the 8 the regular Riptide?
Maybe.
+4?
Maybe.
I would trust the tooltip if it wasn't because it wasn't for the reason that the tooltip were 40% of the time.
40%.
So.
Oh, that's
very specific, I know.
It is very specific. Learning something again today.
I actually don't know if it's -8, -12. I don't play Naga. I never play against.
Nobody plays. That's the problem.
I do think the base Riptide is
they're gonna find Cuckoo, it looks like. Yep. So Ice Blast is applied. Does have buyback though.
It's gonna be
get
expended.
the tier 4 though, or the tier 3. Now focusing on the range creep.
Backpack Abyssal Blade.
It looks like the range racks will fall.
Backpack Diffusal Blade.
I mean, have stronger items, so he does have treads.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you backpack the treads, but he's valuing the move speed here. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And this should be at least 1 lane.
Are they? Okay, they're gonna jump in. Call gets that Doom off. Because again, Aegis is still on Arteezy, so I don't even know if he cares about dying right now. There's big ultimate from Ice Blast to follow. It's only gonna hit 1 here, it looks like, but there's the coil onto 3. Abed taking Wyvern out of the fight immediately. Still has his buyback into the game though. And now the Doom again applied to Arteezy. Looks like they'll finally take him out successfully without the Aegis this time. See if they can turn the things around. There's the beautiful ult from Crit taking out Doom again. And with that, we'll see if Abed can clean anybody else up. This would be a dieback if he continues to go in here. But there's the Winter Curse finally. Cuckoo, Anchor Smash, and the right click from Ice is enough to take him out. And there, Ice with the refresher. Looks like they'll find a likelihood with the right clicks on Abed, definitely. And with this Deso, you can continue to take these racks. Absolutely no problem.
And that was a kind of a Hail Mary play from T1, to be honest. They used the refresher on their Doom to kill Naga twice.
Yeah, once with the Aegis, once without.
Yeah, both Dooms expended fat, and obviously that means the rest of EG's crew just get free fights. Puck using seemingly 100 spell volleys. They had their own refresher on Ice 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 there, looking to be mega creeps. This doesn't necessarily end the game lineup that the Radiant has, but
Under attack.
It's close.
it's very close. And it is 100% going to be megas here. This is one of the beautiful things about Puck mid with this build, is that you can actually take barracks when your carry is dead with this mid hero.
Backdoor. Backdoor. Crit needs to hit it. There you go.
Double hit from Puck with the phase shift.
It was crit. They needed lines off attack. Okay. All right. Mega creeps are for EG. Of course, this is only game one of this best of 3, but EG are definitely primed to win the first one.
Fight from EG again.
Now here we go. We can see, I believe the first Doom was already used here, right? This was the second one.
You see, you're going to see here 23 Savage pretty confidently going forward. He's just going to get blown up by Ty Puck and a little bit of a cold feet here. Just feeling confident with Naga taken out of the fight that he can still go in, but if you have any less than half health, the spells from EG are still very much potent enough to kill you off. I'm going to see the longest mana drain I've seen in my entire life apparently did not get cancelled there from crit.
Perfectly normal for Lion players.
Yep.
Of course, has that shard, so the magic immunity comes through with it as well.
Insane shard against Clockwork. It means if you hookshot jumped, you can just mana drain and stay alive.
That's true, actually.
Arteezy looks very unhappy to trade his life for Mega Creeps. A true carry player.
Yeah.
It's not good enough if I die. Bad trade, guys. Keep me alive next time. I need 2 Aegis.
Honestly, I can relate with that. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, crit with only 3 finger kills here, or 3 finger charges specifically, but he still takes the 70 HP talent.
Yeah, he does.
I feel like that's been the standard so far, and he takes the finger death damage per kill, so it's a whopping 60 extra damage. Pretty good.
That's not retroactive, though.
I would assume it is.
I
That wouldn't make any sense. It's all initiation. Arteezy can get doomed again. His BKB was already applied.
He's fast. They're not getting him here.
Yeah, we got Abed here now with his coil. Carl pops that refresher orb. This is going to be the last stand for T1, it looks like. Gets the Doom off to Ice. But again, these guys are dying for EG. You can see 23 Savage going to work. Doom is going to be the first one to die in this engagement. Song of the Siren. I mean, 3 Savage is the only member of T1 able to do anything, and for the time being, he's going to get ensnared now. They're just kiting him. Heck and crit into the gush. Going to get cold embrace for now. Still pretty freaking healthy, but they're just kiting him. Double kill for Abed as he's just going to town on everybody in the backside here. There's the Ravage from Ice. On to 2. They're going to focus on 23 Savage. The double Ravage to follow. Already to Sunder. Triple kill for Abed, and GG's are called EG. They win a Naga game. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting this. But it looked good. It looked real good.
They found the counter to 23 Savage.
Yeah, I have to admit,
it's 23 Ravage.
23 Ravages?
I wonder how many they used that game. Probably,
not 23.
That's quite a lot, though.
Not 23.
If you count crit stuns as Ravages, some of them, you get there.
If you count every spell in the game, yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Absolutely. I think that's definitely accurate.
Great game from EG. I think they played us.
I am shaped to a higher order.